Fire,
Fire!
fire, fire. Aim and fire. Did you see Booker? Did I show you that picture? I'll put it in the community a little later. The picture of Cory Booker. Okay, so he's got like a pink shirt on, pink pants, and not pants, they're shorts.
Hmm.
They're not short shorts, but they could have been, except that there's lace hemmed on the end of his pink shorts. The
Is this the congressman?
Yes, Cory Booker from New Jersey. Is he New Jersey or New? See, I think he's the bald black guy. He's the asshole. There's so much weird crap going on, Joe.
These people are so weird.
I know.
Oh my
Wait till I show
God.
you. Wait, or did you see it in the community? I put up the James O'Keefe thing.
Oh, I did saw that. That's pretty scary.
I know.
Because
For
if he
him to
said
say it,
that, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen him like that.
and he
He's
said
he
for us to
was
pray for him.
he was man. He's
Some
always stood at the forefront and said, "Hey, you guys are doing this. We know." So for him to say something like that, pray for him. This
It's
is bad.
freaky, freaky.
He said that. This is bad. Pray for him.
Yeah,
That scares
yeah.
me.
He says he's going dark. I'll play it
Yeah.
later. I'll play it later. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you have a lot of news. I'm ready to go. You could share.
She has done what she needed to do.
Let's get all beautified. I took off I'm like that librarian. They took off their glasses, they pulled down their hair, and they're like, "Hey, she's not hot. She's not half bad looking." Oh, oh, hot for teacher. Is that it?
Do, 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 do. Yeah. You got it. You
It's
know
late,
it.
isn't it? But I went to the dentist. I was up all night. I was up for 24 hours, about
Oof.
24 hours, 23, 24 hours. I couldn't eat. I haven't eaten for like a day and a half. The dentist, I'm not really scared of the dentist. It's just I had an extreme amount of anxiety the last couple of days, I suppose, the last few couple of weeks, really. I think it's happening to a lot of people.
Yes. Yeah,
Good evening,
I've been
Alan.
snappy. Been real snappy at people lately.
Hey, come
Yeah.
on. There you go. Good evening,
Live
Alan.
long and prosper, brother.
That's so weird. And I could still move my pinky. Most people can't do that. You can't move your pinky and be able to, but I have to pull my fingers forward to move them back again. Or I could
I don't know,
actually
probably
just
weird.
pull them apart. But I can't do it with my right, my pinky on the
Hmm.
right. I don't know why. I have a hard time. I can do it, but I have a hard time. This one would need help. But it's so easy for you, Alan, with the little emoji. Good evening, folks. Good evening. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. What did everybody laugh at in the chat? Oh, brawsome and brawless ones. Brawsome and brawless ones.
Yeah, right. That's just
You guys,
okay.
if you're not in mega funk, I'm just a weird person all day long, so I want to make everybody laugh. I really do. I think laughter is really one of the
The
best
best medicine.
medicines.
Hmm. Me
And if we're
too.
all going through some sort of
Thick
phase, which
skin,
I think we
everybody.
are,
Yeah.
then togetherness, laughter, love, good vibes, vibrations are everything. They're true. They're real. Alan's laughing. He'll say I'm sorry. I do that, especially Connie. I love Connie in our chat group. Her and her husband worked at the same place. They retired a few years back. Her husband's not doing too well. And I just love to cheer that woman up any way possible. So just call her. I just go off on her sweet uh watermelon mist of honeydew and sugar plum fairy. I don't know. I don't know. But I try to do it to everybody as much as possible. Like Reb is grand grandpappy squared because he's up to his second grandchild. You're up to your third grandchild, Joe. I don't know what I'm gonna call you.
Yes, I am.
Oh boy, as if that little monster wasn't enough. What are we talking about? What there's a lot. There's a lot to talk about, isn't there? I think
Yeah.
you should start with the because I want to know it, the illegal voting that we've have proven already where these people are arrested, correct? Is
Yeah.
that what you
Yeah, they're
kind of said to
charged.
me?
These people
They were
were, these
charged?
two ladies were charged.
Okay, so I want to know what's going on with that, if you don't mind, because that's here in Florida, you said.
Yeah, two prosecutors are the federal prosecutors. This is from actually from the Daily Caller. They have charged two Ukrainian nationals with unlawfully voting in an American presidential election. It's the latest case of non-citizens allegedly participating in federal elections. The Ukrainian women, 53-year-old Svitlana. I'm not going to say her last name. I'll beat it up.
ST,
What?
what? I just want to hear it again.
Svitlana.
Savannah? There's an L in
Svitlana.
there? Savannah,
Yeah.
something like that. I didn't hear it. I gotta see it.
Demidenko. Demidenko.
Demedanko, yeah, that
And
sounds
her 22-year-old daughter, Yelyatseveta. They're accused of voting in the presidential election in Palm Beach, Florida on October 31st.
Hmm.
They presented themselves in
So they
federal
voted
court.
early on top of it.
Yeah, yesterday. It's this what they put themselves in court yesterday.
I don't know. I'm not surprised. I'm who's surprised here?
I'm not. They're just caught.
The
Now they're
commun
caught.
the communists. You have to understand the Khazarians, they most of them came from parts of southern Russia. Some came from the Middle East. Um, they were all Turkic, which means they originally most likely came from Turkey. And they're all over now. The USSR probably allowed these people to travel all over the USSR,
Yeah.
right? The
They they came in here as on non-immigrant visas. I've never heard of that.
how is it possible to have a non-immigrant visa? If you're an immigrant, you need a visa.
In April 21st, on 2021, I mean, April 2021. Non-immigrant
Who got
visas.
them in here is what we need to know, right?
Yeah, because it
You were
doesn't say who got them in.
you were complaining that we're not seeing enough
Right.
arrests. Does everybody feel that way? I mean, why should we know that it's happening, Joe?
This is our freaking country. We all should know so we can prevent it from
Yes, but
happening.
for our safety,
Yeah,
perhaps we cannot
right.
know because the thing that comes to mind right away is what James O'Keefe just said in a short. I don't know how old that is, but it only had a few thousand views.
Are they gonna? I
Are
wonder
they
if they're gonna
gonna?
try to unalive him because he did say he's not suicidal.
He said yes, and he said he was go. Well, look, we'll play that later. But he did say he's
Yeah,
going into the dark and he's not
that
suicidal. You're absolutely
scares me
right.
too. I get you, man. I get you. Some stuff's happening, man. We'll see.
What I'm probably wrong of. Now he travels. He's a globetrotter. He's been around. I still think America is pretty safe for the most part.
Yeah,
But that doesn't mean that there can't be. If we're finding Ukrainians now that just voted in October, that's half a year ago already.
yeah.
I mean, then I may be wrong. Maybe there is still some foul play, but I guarantee the chemtrails are not one of them. I keep saying that.
The wheels are moving a little bit too slowly still. They need them to start cranking them damn things.
They have to get rid of the barbarians first.
Well, yeah,
Because look, if you don't get rid of this is think about it, Joe. If you don't get rid of the hired help, you're never going to get to them. This is chess. All right. I happen to be okay with chess. Not great anymore, but okay. So you have to get rid of all the pawns, all the fodder before you can get to the big guys, or else those big guys can tell that fodder to attack.
yeah.
You understand?
Mm.
So they're doing it right, as far as I'm concerned. They're getting rid of the layers. They're doing it in layers. And I promise you, Trump has no uh, he probably will give most people, I mean, especially he said if you leave the country and come back, they're going to give you if you have the balls to do that, that's already telling us something.
Yeah,
It's telling us you love this country. It's telling us most likely you did
yeah.
not do
If you'd
anything
like to
wrong
come back and stay here, if
and
you
you
leave
want to
on your
live
own,
here and you want to pay taxes and you feel that this is the country for you. I mean, it already tells us stuff.
leave
And then
and
you
come
have people
back.
who have been living here for decades without with being illegal still.
Right.
And we can't really touch them because it's honestly, it's not their fault. It's Obama's, it's the Clintons, it's the Bushes. It's not the immigrants' fault because they were not stopped to begin with. Who was in charge before Trump? Who was in charge before Trump that we have any illegals in here at all?
Oh, the cabals. Because Joe Biden was never
Cartels,
fucking in charge.
the cartels, the Illuminati,
Yeah.
the barbarians, the UN. Yes, they were all in charge.
Mhm.
Or else Fast and Furious. I always bring that up. Or else Fast and Furious wouldn't happen. Eric Holder and Obama
Yeah.
brought in the guns, brought in the drugs right over the Mexico border. Was it Mexico or Cuba? No, they would. I think it was over the border. You would have remembered that, wouldn't you have? Possibly not. All right, what's the next subject of the
We have
night?
a little bit of funniness
A little
because
bit of
he's
fun.
mad. Oh, is he mad?
Man, oh, man.
Why did you do that to me? Doug Emhoff. You know who he is, right? He is the husband
M.
of Kamala Lau.
Yeah, I belong to a club, something about M.
Yeah.
Okay, a group. Yeah.
He's accusing Trump of the Trump administration of politicizing the Holocaust. Yeah, because he was the CEO, right? Yeah, the vice president. No, wait a minute. What was he? He was removed from the United States Holocaust Memorial Council. He said he's supposed to serve a. He says the members serve a 5-year term, and they're appointed by the president. I don't know how many people are on that council, but it's the Holocaust Memorial Council.
You know what that sounds like? Another,
It's a museum type thing.
the museum is a front.
Yeah.
A front for what? Money
Uh,
laundering,
money laundering.
opportunities
Mhm.
to
Well,
have a meeting with certain.
there was other people he fired along with him, so it's not only him that got
So
fired.
basically, he's going to fire it and maybe even dismantle that little group. Why do we need that now? What do we have, like four Holocaust survivors in the whole world? And so there's a museum, these public museums, they're also fronts, a lot of them.
You know,
I
it's
mean, they
because
make,
they pay him a lot of money, right? And you find not a lot of people going to these museums anymore. I mean, they're never crowded like they should be.
they should be free. All museums should be free. I
Yes, they
think
should
like
be. I agree with you on that.
MoMA was free on Mondays, or you could donate. I think most museums you're able to donate. So if you want to just
Yeah.
donate a quarter, you can. But I forgot how it all worked. God, it has been forever since I've been to. That's a shit bad, Carolyn. Bad. I find out as much online as I do seeing it up front. What's the fucking difference? I can't touch it anyhow.
Yeah. The,
Uh,
the the other ones that were fired were Ron Klain, Biden's first chief of staff, Tom Perez, the former labor secretary, Susan Rice,
really?
yep,
She's still around?
and Anthony Bernal, Alan D. Solomon, and former Representative David Sicilian. He's a Democrat out of Rhode Island. See, these people were put in these positions just to for hanging around. Hey, what do we do with these people, man? Well, they got to have a job. They got to be making money. Let's give them this position and give them the people's money. And they don't do shit. What do they do on that council? I'd like to know, what do they do? What's
That's
their
it.
output?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's bullshit, is what it is.
Yeah, give us your contribution. Instead of you going in there and sitting at a desk, there's no way you're doing work. I just can't believe that.
None of them do work. They party
Exactly. It just trips me out.
and make money, and
Hmm?
that's what they do. And I don't care if they're left or right. I, the
That kind
whole
of a
the whole
position is
joke
wrong.
about left or right, the sinister left.
Right.
People, there's a reason for these words.
Yeah.
They've always had reasons for words. We have to do that. I need Dana. I'd like Dana, and maybe
Hey, Jared.
there's like maybe even Reb knows some of the word. I really wish Cock was around. I so miss him. I do.
Jerry says a Russian was arrested in Florida this week for child porn. I don't doubt that.
What was that?
Jerry said a Russian was arrested in Florida this week for child porn. You don't have the article, do you, Jerry? That'd be cool if you had it.
Yeah, you guys can send us
Yeah,
at
please do.
the
It's all
liberally
good.
challenged at gmail.com. The liberally challenged. Because I'll just put it up. I don't care. I'll just put it up. I have a lot more from Joseph Rogers. If I'm talking funny, it's because I have work done in my mouth. I apparently need another crown and maybe one implant, and I am freaking.
She is done.
Do
I
not
need to get in
drink.
there.
Don't drink.
I got to get in that chair too. Ugh.
I love certain sugars, and I loved my drinks, and I cut sugar out long, long ago, maybe like
Yeah.
19 years ago. I stopped drinking any sugar except for alcohol. And teeth in our family were never very good to begin with. So, but I'll tell you, I really want to go tell my old dentist he didn't boo boo. I was right all along. I told him my tooth hurt. Well, would you ignore a 46, 47-year-old woman saying, "Hey, my tooth hurts"?
After you worked on it.
Yeah, after he did the root canal, pardon me. It still hurts. And I was getting like I drink a lot of water, and a lot of times when I get up for coffee or something, I'll drink like half a bottle of water. And it's from the fridge, and I've been getting bad brain freeze. And the dentist today, he's a specialist. He's like, you can get that from the nerves. You've proven to me already that there's something there. And then he took x-rays, and there was a bit of the nerve left and a bit of bone. The bone was because the nerve was still in there, the bone wasn't healing.
Yeah.
I kept telling him I had pain. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's a year and a half. And then after that was one of the first things the doctor did to me, was that root canal. So for like 9, 10 months, I was in pain. I was like, you people find the right guys for you. Don't be picky. You don't go to a buffet when you're craving Chinese food. Do you
Yeah.
understand? You go to a very specific doctor for very specific needs, because these doctors are fucking
Yeah.
indoctrinated.
That's right. Go to a specialist. Yep. Go to a
Joe
specialist.
agrees. His foot's feeling better, aren't you, Joe? Isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. Both of them. both of them. Just got to keep doing it. Keep on it. Just rough.
He's got like a mold. What is it? A cast or something? What is it?
Well, there are special inserts because I kicked I kicked my fish tank, right? And
By
it did
accident,
something
right?
to my toe,
It,
and it
it got you
it
back.
unaligned my foot really bad on my right side. And I never went to go have it looked at. I just kept working because that's a stupid me. And now that it started hurting really bad, I couldn't walk. It was real bad. So I went and had special inserts made.
Can you imagine you get to a certain age and you kick your toe and your whole foot goes off course? It's
Yeah,
like
it's just the weirdest damn thing,
getting
man. It's
old
just like,
sucks.
hey,
Please,
man, I
guys.
never signed up for this.
Vitamin D3, zinc, vitamin C, and berries. Have a few cups of berries a week. Any berry. Blueberries are the highest oxidant
Mm.
antioxidants, but I can't tell. I eat berries like every day now. Maybe I haven't eaten in a couple of days, but it's really, I mean, if you keep those, you won't get sick. And I still have what was it called? Hydrochloroquine? Was that it? I still have that in my freezer, just in case
Wow.
one of us does get sick.
I,
Because it lasts a year in the freezer, and I made it. Oh no, it's probably old now. I'll probably take it out. I'll make more. It's only skins, the peels of the citrus.
citrus fruit, yeah, different citruses.
Homemade medicine. Citrus. I mean, you're
Hmm.
not gonna go wrong with that. These are just the very simple things to make you feel better. Men in an older age should invest in Omega. Which one did you get, Joe?
Omega 3.
You don't have to have much of it, but men specifically, women should take it too. It's like cod's liver oil times 10, you know?
Yeah, they
Because Joe has he's allergic to shellfish. He doesn't
right,
eat fish much at all. And there's
right.
certain like what did you say? Sardines, anchovies.
It's got anchovies, herring, mackerel, and sardines.
So if you eat those things, then fine,
Mhm.
fine,
It's like concentrated fish oil.
right? Because my husband is not a very big fish fan.
Yeah, mixed with
He
citrus,
eats
basically.
some of, but not much. And so the doctor told him years ago.
Yeah,
And these are things I trust. Certain vitamin companies, that's up to you. I know Nature's Bounty. I think it's called Nature's Bounty. It's the green bottle.
yeah,
I have used them for over a decade or probably,
yeah. Use
yeah.
them or Spring Valley.
I'm not sure about Spring Valley. I don't think I've
Yeah,
used it.
Spring Valley's pretty good too.
Listen, you just gotta, especially if you see made in the USA or made in your state or made in a
I'm
state.
good with that. Made in USA is my.
Exactly. I would trust that 100% more.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to talk about all that shit, but I'm glad I got it out.
Mhm.
What's next, Joseph?
But yeah, it actually doesn't say where it's made. It's,
I could look it up.
yeah, it's all good.
What's next on the
What's
agenda?
next on the agenda?
Oh, we made a deal, did we? I was just looking at the title.
We
With
did.
Ukraine.
We did. We made a deal. So Trump and he was trying to get rights to some of their minerals, right? And Zelensky said, "No way, you can't have anything, but you give us everything, but you can't have nothing." And Trump is saying, "Whoa, wait a minute now. You can't be doing that because we're stopping that. You don't get nothing. You don't get nothing if we don't get anything. You got to pay us. They got to pay us. Plus, if it puts us in, if it if we've got mineral rights in Ukraine, it puts the United States in Ukraine. So then we got to start protecting our people that are in Ukraine, right? So there's going to be a United States presence there, which Russia's not going to attack. So that saves them, right?
There is really something up with that Ukraine.
It wasn't Zelensky who made the deal. It was a lady by the name of Yulia, oh, Sir Sviridenko.
Rudenko, maybe?
Svyry Denko.
Shivanko, something like that. Yeah.
On behalf of the government of Ukraine. She signed the agreement on the establishment of the United States Ukraine Reconstruction Investment Fund because it's going to stop the war. So it says that together they'll create the fund that will attract global investment for the country. So that's a good deal. So this Ukraine was the first deal. I mean, it was the first one. Remember, it went sour. It was the first thing to go
Yes.
sour.
Mm-hmm.
So now that it's caved and it's all done pretty much, it's a done deal. Now we're going to see all the other deals come about. We're going to find out that, hey, Trump was right. I mean, if you pay somebody to sell your product, say you pay them $500 to sell your product in their country, and they pay you $2, is that fair?
Well, that's the whole point of the
Yeah,
tariffs.
that's what exactly why he's doing that. So, and incidentally, the tariffs could change everything for everybody, not just for America, but for the other countries too.
That's right.
It's going to change. It's going to make everything better, and they will cave. The other countries will end up caving. And it's not necessarily caving, but it's just they're going to end up making a deal because in the end, everybody needs to make a deal with the United States because their biggest market is the United States. It is what it is.
But we've always had the power. We just didn't have the right people in charge. I mean, this
Exactly.
is pretty,
And it's what Trump just said. And,
really
it was just you didn't have the right president. Now you do. So I think that's
great
what has
minds,
a lot
Mr.
to do with
President.
it. Right?
Great minds. All right.
He's yeah.
Um, we all knew that would happen. That's the way I figured it would happen. He's a child. He's a child.
Hmm.
Trump is a man.
Look at that right between them.
I know, right?
Yeah. And it's the United States flag of his face. I
That's fantastic. Glenn Beck.
love it, man.
Yeah, this is a good one too. I haven't
Is he
seen it.
right? Exactly. Since
Oh,
yesterday.
sorry. I was gonna say, really? I saw one upset just a few minutes ago, but I'm like, oh, here, I'll play this one. Did this go right to it? Oh, good.
Yeah.
I can't.
Race, and it was instead about man. I said that the Holocaust wasn't about race, and it was instead about man's inhumanity to man, but it is indeed about race. I said that the Holocaust.
She is just gross. I mean, she's one of
Yeah.
them.
Hmm.
Um, who was it that I saw?
Mm.
Jamie Lee Curtis, maybe. Oh, who was it now? Yeah, it was Jamie Lee Curtis. I'll have to post that one too. I keep saying, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, why do all these actors and actresses and some of these politicians have transgender children?
Yeah, like Robert De Niro. It's just so
Share.
it's
I mean,
wrong.
there's a ton of no, for them, it's Illuminati. It's
Yeah.
telling us who is Illuminati. And if you see this poor boy that Jamie Lee Curtis raised, you know she's in on it. It's just that
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that.
It's gross as shit. Now, there are
It is,
people,
but it's also funny too. But it is, yeah, I get it. It's not
it's
right.
not funny because these poor kids are fucked up.
There is that. They
These
don't know
kids
who they
are
are.
fucked up and they were fucked up since they're born. That's why, honestly, we can't even blame this generation of stupid Illuminati.
I know you really
We can't
can't.
blame them. We can't even blame Obama because somebody else sodomized Obama,
Yeah,
taught him
God.
this way and only this way. Someone encouraged Michael to become Michelle. Or they're injected, or they're given shit. I mean, even the crap we eat that we put in our bodies are meant to destroy us from within. Right? What did they do to these poor kids? What did they do to the beagles? Those dogs that Trump just said, no more lab tests on these dogs. What were they doing to these animals? Don't tell me they weren't genetically fucking up our DNA.
They were.
They were.
I'm
And
telling you, they
not,
were.
I can't help but say it, but most I would say every gay person, everybody with a twisted mind. You have these kids. Remember Joe yesterday? Daniel Marsh, I think his name was. This young 15-year-old couldn't had thoughts of knives and killing
Yeah.
people.
Wow.
Remember that?
Yeah,
And
he
he
was
was
saying
like
the officer asked him, what do you feel like doing to me? Oh, I just feel like grabbing you and choking you to death and
choking you by the neck with your tie.
smashing your
Yeah.
face into the mirror. Oh yeah, a couple hundred times. Yeah, that would make me
Now,
feel
there
real
were
good.
some that
What a
also have been,
weirdo.
yeah, well, no. They're in check. There has to be I do not believe people are just born this way. I don't. I either think they're hurt, they're hit in the head as a child, and nobody realized how bad it loosened their brain or something, right? Something else is awake. There's things that they ate, things that they watched. There's video games with subliminal crap. And then there's injections and so forth. There's other shit. This is all by them.
Yeah.
And doctors and whoever else, they think it's all good. It's not, right? It's just not. This is crazy, guys. This one
It
is fucking
is.
crazy.
Helen said the kid is adopted and this was a
Wait,
dude.
wait.
احضر ملبس الخدمة واتحسم لابو
Coalition.
اليمة
What I was saying
واقول يا
yesterday.
علي الهمة مثل كل عام عني يا مثل الله الله احس لك من جروحي نمسح صور مذبوحي وقف كربلاء بروحي ندخل الحسينية
The flag. Look at the flag. What's
ملبس الخدمة واتحزم لابو اليمة واقول يا علي الهمة مثل كل عام عني يا مثل علي علي يا حسين.
That's just a bit crazy, guys. All right.
they're dressed in black.
Well, that's their natural. That's the way they dress.
The jihadis dress in
Oh,
black.
yeah, that's how they dressed in Brooklyn. Remember I was telling you about the Muslims? I am not
That's
racist.
really weird.
I mean, we grew up all together. I can't tell you how many different colored friends I had. I never even thought of it until here. I'm telling you.
But the flag is bothersome to me.
I knew
The
that
one with
about.
the sword on it.
Well, we don't know what it means, but
I
yeah,
don't.
this is not a
But he's
display of
waving it.
affection for this country.
That's
That is
right.
what it's not. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well, what
no.
the first thing that they're doing is they're waving another country's flag without first waving ours.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what
That's
that
an
sword means
invasitory
too.
type of thing, if you ask me.
Yeah,
Those are invaders. They're not here to assimilate. They're here to
coalition. They're a
invade.
coalition to occupy parts
Yeah.
of country. Yes, absolutely. Those people we need to get rid of, and Trump will. But
Yep. They're invaders.
he has to know who is on the good side because we
Yep.
can't kick them out just because they're all Muslim. We kick them out when
You
they're
know what?
doing something to fight our country. That's what
there's
civil
some
war
Muslims that
within,
are really beautiful people.
right?
They
Yes.
really are.
You know, Joe, I got to tell you, 5 years ago, you were not, 4 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, you were not saying the same thing.
I know I wasn't.
You got to learn. You got to live and learn. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
wrote back to my parents' best friends. There's
Mhm,
Patricia and her husband, Ilka.
mhm.
Ilka is from Turkey. She's 100% Irish. He's 100% Muslim. They loved each other. They had a great family. They had Patrick, who is now a real estate lawyer, who my mother watched for 10 years, who I consider somewhat of a baby brother to me. I did. Now he's all grown and has kids of his own. It's wonderful. But I never thought anything of it, especially in Brooklyn. I never thought anything of it.
Yeah.
I never even asked him, do you not eat sausage? But one thing I will remember, and if you were my friend, you probably heard this before. When my father passed, he came into the church. There were no ifs, ands, or buts. There was nothing. They wouldn't, as if they probably did this 100 times before. I don't even know if they got married in church. Who the hell knew? Who the hell cared? All we
Yeah.
knew is he's a nice guy.
Just through respect.
And he had a
That's
lot
what
of
that is.
government projects too, because he was a,
Mhm.
I think he ended up building a lot or rebuilding some of our train tracks. That was his government. I mean, he had a
Mhm.
garage, or I forgot what he owned actually. It was pretty big, manufacturing and putting steel and stuff together, I guess. I'm not sure. Maybe it was just cars in the beginning. That's how am I supposed to say, well, I hate him because I hate all Muslims? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But those I can clearly say, they need to be checked out. You're here on merit now. That's what we voted in because we don't want that nonsense. We don't want a civil
Right.
war starting. We're already in deep shit. Get the fuck out. Go do that in your own country. Why bother? You're not going to take over the whole country by starting in Michigan, fools. That's stupid. I bet these people have never been to New York where people live like hand in hand.
Hmm.
I guarantee it.
So we live here. Everybody works hand in hand together. Nobody bitches.
And I mean, I don't know how Michigan was,
And
but I would
some
imagine
probably
it
did.
being more simple,
Yeah,
not as like,
you should see my job, man. Oh man. Talk about diverse.
yeah, you had a Chinese guy today that you needed an interpreter just to
Chinese
sell the
lady.
car to.
Chinese
Lady,
lady. Wow, that was difficult. That was
oh my
trippy.
God, you mean the Chinese lady gave you free massages?
Yeah.
That's not,
And then look at my boss. My one of them, the used car manager, is Vietnamese, and so is the Lincoln manager. The main
an
manager
Indian.
is East Indian,
Yeah.
and we have an East Indian
Oh,
sales lady, and she's the Muslim. She's such a wonderful lady. And then we have a black lady who sales. I love her to death. And then we have two Mexican girls who are sales ladies. And then we have the other guy who sits next to me, my buddy. He's a Mexican dude.
all right,
And
Joe.
then, you know,
Joe, we don't need to know
uh,
the whole family of your,
so it's really diverse,
right.
you know.
Surprise, surprise that Mexicans are in New Mexico, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
No,
come
but I
on,
mean,
man.
no, it is, but that's the thing. So why are,
It
but
doesn't matter who you are.
right. It matters if you try what you're doing. It
Yeah, are you
matters.
good or not?
Yeah. That's
You
really what
good?
it comes down to.
Yeah.
Good or bad. Okay, so we see here,
Trippy, trippy,
check your
trippy.
fridge. Coca-Cola has recalled nearly 900 cases of soda. That's about 10,000 cans of soda. I believe it's all cans.
Wow.
What I could find, honestly, was only in Illinois and Wisconsin. So if we have anybody around that area, check your Coca-Cola. Please don't drink soda. I'm an advocate against Pepsi and against Coca-Cola, against any of those Mountain Dew, Sprite,
Damn
any of
it.
that crap. It's crap. And if you're black, if you are a black person, stop it immediately.
Gonna have to try to stop. I like Coke.
You have the worst chance of getting diabetes, or the best chance
Yeah.
rather. Do not drink this crap. I had a girlfriend I told to stop drinking Mountain Dew. She finally did it, and she lost half her weight that way. And
Yeah.
she was a bigger girl. She was a bigger girl. And I'm telling you, like, she lost about 60 pounds. She goes, 40 of it was from the 2 liters or 3 liters she would drink a day of fucking Mountain Dew. What are you, nuts? It's all
Drink it every
sugar.
once in a while.
Shit sugar.
Yeah.
Bleached shit sugar.
Yeah.
I had another
Maybe
friend that's
a can
even
of
my
Coke every
father.
2-3 weeks. Yeah. That's all I would do.
I even had my father quit. So, guys, you can do it. Seltzer water. You know what's really good? That Fresca. That's really
Yeah,
refreshing.
Fresca's pretty
Now
good.
they have different flavors, or tonic water, or seltzer water is really good. They have flavored seltzer waters you might like.
Mhm.
I like
That's a
the
big
lemon
thing now, the
lime.
seltzer waters.
Huh?
Yeah. Big thing
Yeah.
is the seltzer waters.
Oh
Yeah.
God, we always had a seltzer water maker since I was a kid. We
Yeah.
used to put in these old cartridges of carbon, I guess, put water in the tank, and then it would go pop, and a few minutes later, not even, we'd hear it fizz, and we'd have seltzer water.
Mhm.
That's how we did it. And I got a few machines like that but the best way was to buy the bottled. Although I think the machines are much better.
All right.
You could add your own flavoring, your own, change it up, make it when you need it. You're never out of it because, you have water. Water's water. Oh my God. All right. I have this Cory Booker thing.
Cory
I should
Booger.
share it. But let me show you what James O'Keefe said, which is pretty damn freaky, my friends.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going dark. I'm not suicidal. Pray for me. This one scares me, guys.
It's never been like that. It's just weird.
Yeah,
He's never
that
been like
is
that.
not. Come on now.
That's not cool.
Um,
Oh.
she has a bag of popcorn there. I don't see it.
Oh yeah, it's a bag of popcorn. Yeah, I see it.
Oh yeah, there she is. Oh my goodness.
Isn't that funny? That
That
looks
just
it
came
does look weird, huh?
it just came into view. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the popcorn in the shading matches
Yeah.
the color of the grass.
Right.
So it's yellow popcorn with a dark of shading, and it matches the grass then.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I go, oh.
That was, yeah, she has one of those problems. And then I read
Yeah.
popcorn, and I'm like, where's the oh, I see her hands holding something before I noticed the popcorn.
Yeah.
Very crazy. We like stuff like that. I'm gonna get this Cory Booker up. Do you have another subject?
Okay.
I'm not sure what to make of the O'Keefe thing. I'm gonna see what others say about it first. I have a few friends that might know better. So I'm not gonna say that. Okay. I will say Spain and Portugal are in darkness. We
Mhm.
had some kind of, I don't, Joe, I might freaking losing it. Did we have some kind of rainstorm or some kind of storm that went from Texas to New York? Did you hear about this? Anybody in the
That's
chat know about?
just so freaking weird
And there's
because
4
I
people
didn't
dead
kind of
from
hear.
this.
Look at there we go. I'm gonna kind of look at it. See
I've
if I
said
can find
before that
something
the
on it.
days of darkness may not come all together. It's going to be in spurts in different places. Spain, a lot of the Spaniards were bad. The Spanish conquistadors, what the fuck are their names?
Conquistadors.
Thank you, conquistadors. Thank you. You got the Jesuits there too. You got the Khazarians. You got the Isabella. I gotta say, I've read a lot of literature, a lot of old shit. I just did. I know, right? Isabella, from what I remember, was one of the only females I mean, there's a handful more. That was so evil. That's Queen Isabella of what was her husband's name, Joe? You would recognize if you don't know Isabella, she married,
Don't remember.
let's see, Ferdinand? Ferdinand?
Ferdinand? Ferdinand.
Princess Isabella's husband. Should be Ferdinand. Ferdinand. You're like you look referring to Isabella of France. Wait, France. Didn't she go to Spain?
Ferdinand.
No, I'm mistaken. Her husband was well, she's still King Edward II of England.
Hmm.
Wait. She had okay.
Yes.
So who am I thinking of? See, it's been a long time, but I do remember. Is it, but maybe I'm saying the wrong word.
Is it
All right.
what country is she from?
Spain. It was Spain, I'm
Spain?
sure.
But yeah, that storm that you were talking about, yeah, it went from Texas. It's all the way to the East Coast, man. New North Carolina and Virginia, but not farther north than that, but all the way up into freaking Canada, from Texas to Canada. And then there's a really bad spot in the middle. So yeah, that was a really bad storm. Thunderstorm. So it was a thunderstorm. So,
There's
yeah,
no joke about these.
it's weird.
So something in Cuba might still exist. I'm saying I don't think it's Cuba exactly, but it's, what did you say, Central America,
Yeah.
where they had the embassy,
Yes. Down.
Biden,
Yeah. Hmm.
Bush, and Clinton or Obama.
Yeah. All the ex-presidents.
Yeah, there's something to that.
Something
All right.
something going on down there. I don't remember what country they had it in, but it was down there on the other side of Mexico.
I remember us doing it and saying it on the live show, and
Might have been Guatemala.
could have been. But that they really have to, we have to get them in order almost as much as we have to get ourselves in Canada too. This is
Yeah.
our protection. It's our protection. Here you go.
I agree.
Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella the First of Castile, known as the Catholic monarchs, were the first king and queen of a unified Spain. So I thought I was right. Thank you. My memory does work. It's been a long time. Probably as old as this is, 1479. Yeah, I probably read it back then. Their marriage and joint rule of 1479 marked the de facto unification of Spain and ushered in a period of significant political and religious reforms.
Isn't that about the time when Louis the 14th was around?
Louis the 14th, I think, was earlier. It might be Louis the 14th was, oh no, all right, 1638 to 1715.
Louis the 14th?
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't they cut off his head? I think they cut off his head. We'll do that later. There's so much. What's weird is a lot of these, and it's not weird, it's factual. A lot of these people, if you look at paintings of them, like if you have a good artist that did pretty good three-dimensional painting still back then, they look a lot like people today that we know that are still in charge. There is a very good one, and I will go over this. I have tons of pictures of Mark Zuckerberg. Now, okay, you could have 5, 10, there's a ton of Hollywood stars and politicians, but there's hundreds, maybe even thousands that look exactly like these guys that are 2, 3, 4, 500 years old. How is that fucking possible?
I wonder if
That's
those are the clones.
inbreeding. It's
Oh.
inbreeding.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
genetics afterwards.
Yeah.
If you look at Ellen DeGeneres, she's an odd looking chick. You look at
That
Bush,
she is.
the Bushes all look alike. Very, very alike. And then you look at Barbara Bush, Mama Helen would say this, Barbara Bush, Betty White. They look a lot alike, believe it or not. Barbara Bush was a man. Sorry. That was a big fucking dude. And didn't Barbara kill someone? Didn't one, or was it Laura Bush? One of the Bush women ran somebody over, killed somebody. Did anything happen to them?
Probably
Did they
not.
even get a slap on the fucking wrist for that? Zsa Zsa Gabor spent a couple of nights in jail for smacking a cop, I remember.
Shit.
How do I
You know
remember
something's
this
gonna
shit? I
happen
have
to
no
those
idea,
people.
but all right, let me send this over. Do you have more news or what?
Don't really.
I thought you had
I'm
tons of news, Joe.
okay.
Joe.
I haven't
That's all
even
right.
looked.
I mean,
Hold on.
we could end it, but I'm
Look
gonna
at
show
that.
this anyhow.
I do.
Well, of course you do, because if you look at your phone, you'll find news.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send this. I'll do this. Hold on. This is terrible. I can't believe this guy. I was gonna do something with this, but for now. I was gonna make it funny. I mean, like add a little, like I do to the. For now, I'll just crop it. Oh my God. You're gonna be like, oh my God. All right. Come on now. What should I put as the title? Looking good, Booker? Lovely. Oh, wait, Pretty in Pink. That's
Pretty
it.
in pink.
Pretty in Pink. Wasn't that a movie?
Pretty in pink. That's hilarious.
Now, mind you, the same dude, Cory Booker, um, pretty much from what I remember,
Just
went
hilarious.
after a young man in a bathroom in maybe a gas station or something. He went after a young man. There was a note about it. Didn't seem fake. It was a long time ago, but it was out there. Okay, good. It loaded. Okay, I'll share. I don't, how many people are in the chat, Joe? Did you even check the chat? I read it once because maybe they,
There's
I
two of
don't,
us. Because
okay.
at least me. And I guess, and Helen, Ferdinand, one is Zuckerberg, Johnny Depp, Nicolas Cage. Daughter was a drunk driver. I believe that too. Look
Yeah.
at that.
What on earth, guys? I mean, the yellow belt and glasses. Is this really what we want for our capital?
No, no, it's not.
All right, I could even see like if you were in Hawaii or something, but in the middle, this is not appropriate on any level. I would prefer to see him in sweatpants and a sweatshirt with holes in it than pink like this. What are you trying to prove now? This isn't fake, is it? Please, please. I was hoping it was, but it does not look fake. It does not. It looks like there's a
That
bit
ain't
of
fake.
that ain't fake, man. No. It would look more perfect if it were fake.
Look at the
And it's,
glasses.
I know, the yellow belt and yellow glasses. I just can't. All right, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that.
Neither do
For me
I.
not to know what to say,
It's just
it's not right. It's the pink shirt he could have gotten away with like maybe jeans or even short denim shorts, but to wear the yellow and the For fuck's sake, those pinks don't even match, Booker. You call yourself gay? Come deal with this chick. Like, if I had your money, I'd be able to match my nail polish all the time with my shirt, so. All right, let's see if anybody's in the chat.
Wow. There is a Central Asian country that has agreed to accept illegal aliens. Gee, another agreement? Then another agreement. Come on, man. This is too much. Trump, he's making all kinds of deals. What's up? A plane full of Central Asian illegal immigrants is on its way from the U.S. to Uzbekistan under a deal brokered between the two governments. More than 100 unlawful immigrants are flying back to Uzbekistan on Wednesday under the agreement the U.S. made with the Uzbek government, footing the bill for the return of their own nationals. The first such deal by a foreign government since Donald Trump took office. Took off this morning with 131 migrants on board. Header.
Oh, you didn't read the chat, my brother. You didn't have any news. There's so much in the chat.
No man should be wearing pink shorts.
Jerry
Shirt, okay.
says, vote early, vote often. We have known it's happening for a long time. He also said that, Jerry said that more than 4 people were definitely killed. That's concerning the storm from Texas to New York. A Russian was arrested in Florida this week for child porn. Joe had brought that up to me earlier, Joe. You brought that up to me earlier, buddy.
I read that out of the, I was reading it. I told you I was reading it out of the chat. Jerry said it.
Yeah, but you... Okay, maybe he was. So in California, they are debating the age of when it becomes child porn. That's ridiculous. If the
Totally.
marriage age is 18, then nobody under the age of 18 as an adult, right? Married age, adult, should be in child porn or have anything to do with it or know anything about it. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
It is. It's wrong.
Um,
Every level.
who profits from illegal wages? Exactly. They do. It's all money laundering.
Yep.
The evil, the left. The kid is adopted and Curtis is a dude. I think so too. I have to take a better look at her. Him. But she is very flat in every which way. And that is a first sign. Guys, that is one of the first signs. Ferdinand, right? Zuckerberg was one from the past. Helen saying the daughter was a drunk driver. You mean Bush's daughter? I thought it was Laura Bush or Barb Fudge. I don't remember it being the daughter. We'll look that up. It's not such a big deal. No man should be wearing pink shorts. The shirt, okay, though. Right, exactly. I mean, because you have regular suit polo shirts or suit shirts or collared shirts like Joe's wearing. They have different pinks. I mean, Easter you can wear light pinks, and men. John has a very nice lavender. It's light, but it's nice for the holidays for like Easter and stuff. And that I could see, but the pants with the lace on I mean, pink in general with the yellow belt. Oh my God. Like it's well, I mean, I don't even care if you're gay, but I remember.
Well, just because you wear the kind of that color shirt, I mean, I don't know what color my shirts are, but I have 2 of them. They're not really pink, but they're kind of
Salmon and
purplish.
lavender. Yeah,
Yeah, lavender. Yeah.
Lavender has more of a purple in it.
Well, I have a purple suit, so.
This is like a maroon, like I'm wearing.
Yeah.
If it was lightened, it wouldn't be such a bad color for a man. If it was lighter. When I was in Albany, I remember them saying he was the first gay man elected to office that was open, that we knew was gay. I can't remember the dude's name, but he was definitely on council for the arts. And that one I went to a lot of the art stuff that they had. Even through work, I would just go. I was like, no, I'm not missing this shit. And he wore a suit and he wasn't flaming. He was obviously gay. I mean, you could hear it. Some gay men have a very, or they put it on, but they try with the lisps and stuff. But I don't think he even tried. He was down to business. And even though the business was artsy, he wasn't like, and ta-da, like Mama Helen
Yeah.
likes to say. It wasn't like that. It was down to business. I mean, I remember it clearly because that's when I met Wayne Gretzky, shook his
Yeah.
hand. Although I didn't even realize who I knew the name. I knew he was a hockey player, but I didn't know he was the great one and all that until a little later on. Or maybe I did, but I just didn't find it a big I never find it a big deal to meet these people.
Yeah, they're
And
not
Rosie
to me
Perez
either.
were there. And the
They're
other
just
one
not
that
to me either.
Scott Baio was for the arts. He lived up the block, or his grandparents lived up the block from us. And he came to the museum when I was working there. See, I love people that are for the arts, because you need it. You need
Mhm.
some kind of artistic outlet. It's good for the
It's
brain.
relaxing. It's
It is
relaxing.
physically and emotionally good for the brain. Yes, they teach autistic kids how to calm down with the arts. I actually wanted to
You're
go
right.
into that, but
You're absolutely 100% right about that. Yeah.
I know I'm right about that. I wanted to
Well,
go into
I'm
it.
just saying because my
It's like physical
nephew
therapy.
is autistic, and that's how they calm him down.
There you go. Yeah, it's something that takes their minds off of reality for a long time. Because some reason I think a lot of autistic kids that are that bad, because there's so many different types of autism, but when they're that bad, I think they know it.
Hmm.
Some of them say, I know I'm autistic, but when they're really that bad, like who is it?
My nephew, I don't think he knows.
He doesn't know. He's like
No,
40. He's the one that turned
he's
40.
40. I think he's 44, and
You went to his
he
birthday.
like acts like he's between 15 and 18 still.
Is that autism though?
I don't know. He's a microcephaliac. So my sister supposedly got some kind of a virus when she was pregnant with him, and he was born with a small head, and it just never grows. Well, it never grows.
That's what a microphiliac is.
Microcephaliac.
It's a
Yeah.
philiac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
microcephaliac.
Um, that is so very sad. I mean, and come on, guys. Come on. RFK said that a lot of autism was created by water, by our water,
And the
maybe
vaccines.
poisonous. And who told us that? I put it on like years ago. I put on what's his name? Colt what do I always forget his name. Stanley Kubrick. Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick in Dr. Strangelove. And I took a whole section out where they talk about hurting our children with fluoride
Mhm.
in our water, in our drinking water. He says it. How come it took us 60 years or so to get it
To
looked
admit it.
at?
To admit.
Democrats,
Yeah.
liberals, why
Mhm.
did it take 60 years? Tell me. Because MAGA knows that Trump's good, RFK is good, Tulsi Gabbard as a Democrat is good. Tell me why it took us 60 years to figure this shit out when there was
Well,
proof that many
I
years
turn
ago.
around when you say that, I turn around and I look at that and I go, okay, 60 years, I can grant that. But in
No, you
that
can't.
60 years, weren't the
No, you can't.
Republicans in charge
You
too?
what?
Weren't the Republicans in charge at some point too? Why didn't they open it up? Why didn't they say, hey, come on, let's look at
Joe,
this?
who were the Republicans in charge?
I
Who?
don't think anybody was.
Joe, who were the only Republicans in charge since Nixon, say?
Yeah.
No, no.
Bush,
Answer.
the
Answer me.
Bushes, the Bushes.
Right. Now, are the Bushes good or are they bad?
No,
Are they
they're
cabal?
bad.
So
But 60 years?
they got rid of
Yeah, I
Nixon.
guess so.
They got rid of Nixon. Carter,
Yes, they
Ford,
did.
Clinton's, Bush's,
Ford was
Obama.
angry. Ford was angry.
They were all cabal, Joe.
Yeah.
They all allowed it to happen. I'm not sure if
Mhm.
Carter was originally cabal, but he was talked into it, pressured into it. Reagan was shot at.
Yeah. He
The
was
poor
actually
man lost his
shot. He
brain
was
because
actually
he knew what the
shot.
fuck was going on.
Yeah.
He knew what was going on. It was his own cop that shot him.
Yeah.
It was part of the cop system over there. I forgot where he got shot. Where was it that he got shot? Um, so okay, Stanley Kubrick came out with the movie, told the world, because God knows every boomer knows uh Dr. Strangelove. I even knew Dr. Strangelove. So tell me
Washington, D.C.
why. Tell me why. It was there, it woke people up, except for the fucking morons that are
Mhm.
not waking up.
Right.
And now, if there is no cabal for 60 years, if we didn't have any fucking evil control, then why now are we finding out? Even though we knew back then. Tell me, Democrats. Tell me, you left turds. Because you're the ones that are hardest to wake up. I have to deal with MAGA that aren't even awake. That's tough enough. But you're total fools not to see that they're all fucking evil. No matter if you find it okay that Booker wears pink in front of the Capitol or whatever, I don't care. Does he do his job, not steal our money and not try to hurt us? That's what I fucking care about, you damn fucking. I'm so sick of libtards.
Exactly.
So sick of them.
So he was shot in Washington, D.C. Ronald Reagan was by John Hinckley. That's where he was
What?
shot. Ronald Reagan. You asked where he was shot at.
Where?
In
I
Washington, D.C.
Joe, speak up.
His yeah, I
Something.
thought
It's
it was.
something to do with his
I
computer.
thought it
Like
was yelling.
I was
It was
yelling. I'm always
yeah.
yelling.
He was
Um.
returning to his limousine after speaking at the Washington Hilton Hotel.
Yes, that's right. He was coming out of the doorway. I could see it clearly, but about 5 or 6 years ago, I saw a different video that I don't think I've ever seen before, and I have looked for videos of this. It was a different angle, and it was clearly a cop, excuse me, a cop that shot him. And Mama Helen says Reagan's wife was cabal. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm
The
not.
whole
I don't know.
drug thing.
I don't even dispute that at all. I did not like Nancy Reagan at all. I thought
She
she was
also
a
went.
very wicked woman.
There's no doubt that she's. I. I can't tell you how much she reminds me of Nancy Pelosi, and it's not the name, obviously, guys. I'm not that stupid. I have to do some research because there was true mafia too, and the mafia, you true mafia, meaning the Italians,
Mhm.
they got involved with the government and the dirty work, hence the unions. That's where the fucking unions come from. These union guys can take off 4 or 5 days a week, work the fucking weekend, and get triple pay doing fun shit like Hollywood movie sets. Bullshit. Bullshit. Now, I'm not saying they don't work or they don't deserve certain pay for their you know, artisticism, artisticism. But it's come on. You can't get away with murder. You look at most roads, I don't know where in sections where you live and what states you live in, but lots of times, like the BQE in fucking Brooklyn, it's the Brooklyn Queens Expressway, has been under, yeah, it's been under construction for 30 something years. Maybe more, because John said it was under construction since he's been driving. So 17 and he's 55. That's money laundering, my friends. Oh, but New York is so busy. It takes so what they usually do is they build another type of expressway or move it, detour traffic so they can finish the whole thing in a few, months or year. No. Why is that happening? Why did my husband come home, have to park, wind down, eat something perhaps, watch a little TV, read a book or something, have 3 or 4 hours to sleep, and have to go back to work the next morning with a gun as a detective, as a homicide detective?
That's kind of stupid if you ask me.
But why?
They needed more rest.
Don't tell me it's stupid. Tell me
They
why
needed
they're
more
doing it.
rest. Definitely needed more
Obviously,
rest.
tell me why they're doing it though, Joe.
I don't know.
Why
Why
would you
would they
make
do that?
why would you make a New York City police officer somewhat incompetent by lack of
Well,
rest?
yeah, so they're not doing their job properly. So they could get away with shit.
So they could be easily triggered,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
forget about if they have kids and other stuff going on. Forget about it, guys.
Yeah.
And wouldn't make a move without having her horoscope. Oh, right. She was
Yeah.
Nancy
That's true.
Reagan was all boogly woogly, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's really
Yes, she was. She was a nasty one.
Reagan's son is a leftist scumbag because they're Illuminati. Because he
He
changed.
is totally a turd.
I don't think Reagan was that. I don't think he knew about it, but he grew up with Nancy afterwards. After Reagan lost his fucking, he went into dementia mode.
Hmm.
All right, guys. I was good. It's already 12:15. We'll play games on
What?
Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
What?
Wait, we didn't play.
Tuesday.
We didn't.
No, he didn't.
There wasn't enough on. Or did we play with Helen? I can't remember now.
Yesterday? No, we didn't. We didn't
No,
play.
right? Yeah, that's
Mm-mm.
right. Because I was
No.
up for like God knows how long. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Good
It
night,
was a
guys.
pleasure, my rawsome and braless folks.
Right.
I don't know. What will it say
Umbrellas.
next? Take care, all.